just to kick off, really, just in your own words, just explain why you've decided to leave at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think it's been a really difficult decision. However, over the last 18 months, the role has changed significantly to the one I came in to do. And you add in what has actually happened in and around the last 18 months as well. Some COVID stuff, some bits around Rob and the fundraising that's taken place, and a bit of perspective for myself. But I just felt it was the right time. When I came back, I always said I came back to help, and I always said after 3 years I'd have a good think about what was next and what was right for me, but also what was right for the club, because it means a great deal to me. I love the club, I love the place, I love the people I work with. But what I kept coming back to was I'm just not getting enough satisfaction from the role, and I haven't enjoyed it, and it's time for me to embark on a new challenge and look to do something new. So there are a couple of things that I'm really keen to stress. I've mentioned a couple of them already. I absolutely love the club. I love the sport. I've been involved in the sport since I was 7, and that will always be the case. It's always in my heart and in my head. And I might be going doing a role away from the sport, but that does not mean that my commitment, my support, and my love for the sport will change, and I'll always have that. And yeah, it's time to move on.
I think Gary's mentioned that different roles were discussed. Was there nothing that could be done to keep you at Leeds?
We couldn't find a solution. So it was the right time, James. I think we worked. This hasn't been something that's happened over the last couple of days. This probably started in December, if I'm being honest. So I've had a number of conversations with Gary, and we got to the point at the start of this week where it was the right thing. So yeah, it's been an interesting few months. Even the last couple of weeks, you look at where we've been as a team, and having to have 2 games postponed is not great, and it just shows the difficulties and some of the challenges that the whole club has had to face. And I have to say, the club has been outstanding in its response throughout this last 15, 16 months in particular. But yeah, it's made my role be very, very different to the one I came in to do, and I just feel I'm too far away from the rugby. I'm too far away from performance, and I think certainly got some perspective from Rob, and it certainly hammered it home to me that you've got to do something you truly enjoy and you get satisfaction from, and that's where I find myself.
Yeah, I was absolutely going to say that perspective from Rob must be that you need to enjoy every minute of what you're doing, and if you're not, you've got to look elsewhere. Yeah,
I agree 100%.
So when you look back over the last 3 years, what would you be most proud of?
I think there's lots, and I think unfortunately people see the results, and it may overshadow some of where we actually are as a club. I think when I came back, we needed some stability, and I felt we've got that. I think the staff have been incredible. The players have been wonderful to work with, and I'm really proud of our young players. I'm really proud of their development. I'm really proud to see the players that they're becoming. And I mentioned a couple on here because I think they deserve it, but Nikolai, Cam Smith, Harry Newman and Jack Walker have both faced some horrendous injuries over the last 12 months, but are going to be fantastic players for this club for a long time. You look at young Morgan, who's 17 years of age and as good a talent as we've seen at the club. So I've mentioned a couple there. There are a whole host of young players who are coming through and who are already established and who are getting better and better, and the future's bright. It's been a really difficult time. Certainly the first 18 months, trying to change the roster, trying to improve it, and I'm fully appreciative. Not everyone agrees with some of the recruitment decisions, but I think if you look through the past 3 years of players who have left us, I think we've got a lot more right than we have wrong, and I really hope and I believe the club's in a really good position to move forward and grow. I don't think that this squad that we have at the minute is a 3 from 8 squad. I don't believe that, and I look at the quality we've got in there, and that's why I'm probably even more disappointed with the last 2 weeks, because the performance at Castleford was as good a performance I've seen for the last 12 months. So to have our momentum broken there is tough, and one that, again, we have to regroup and pull that back together on Monday. But
you've not gone yet. You've still got time there. Is there anything in particular you want to put in place or achieve between now and the end of the season?
Continue. Our scholarship teams have been outstanding in the performances the last four weeks. Our academy and the players that have been developed there is something I'm absolutely delighted with. To see our women's team back on the field and our women's academy up and running, something I'm really proud of. And watching the club continue to grow and evolve. Of course, we're going to get judged on our first team results. Completely understand that and appreciate it. And we need to be better and we need to improve. So, I am looking forward to seeing us get some bodies back. I'm looking forward to seeing us having a fully fit squad again and really have that competition for place in around training.
And just finally for me, Kev, you've obviously gone away and come back before. Could that be a possibility further down the line?
We'll see. We'll see. I think what is clear for me at this moment in time that I'm ready for a change. I'm ready for a new challenge. And I'd never say never. I love the club, James, and I'll always help the club where I can. So once again, I'll stress that I may be sort of leaving my role, but I will help the club and the sport in any way I can.
Well said. Good luck.
Thank you.